Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, how are you? Beautiful day today. Still hot. It's August, so of course it's expected to be hot. I do have a fan on at a distance from me, and I'm sorry if you can't hear it in the background, but I'm just hoping it just moves the air around a little bit because I can't have any air running in this room because it will get picked up too much on here and it'll just make too much noise. But anyway, noise. It's kind of a good word to kick things off with tonight, because that's kind of really, I guess, the topic. I always have like the general idea of what I'm going to be discussing with you. I feel it that day or the night before. But noise, just when I said that word, it was like, pow, it hit me. And I mentioned today in a post on Instagram that one of the most often asked questions I get, or topics, an area of conversation I get often asked is how do we be more spiritual? How do we be more mindful, and how do we be more aware, and how do we just be more enlightened around our friends and family, those closest to us, if they don't yet get it? If they're not awake, if they don't realize there's something not right with our way of life and our world, and it could be different, if they're not aware of things that are going on around them, and if they're not on this path of enlightenment, to this interconnection to the divine source of creation, and to the inner ability and creative ability within us all, then it can become very stressful for us. I'm not going to lie. And I'll use my own life, of course, as an example. I have a wife. I have an older son, and he's here, like every other week, let's just say. And I have my 3-year-old son, and now I have my daughter, newborn. And my 3-year-old son is really at that stage right now, the repetitive stage, yelling, screaming, running around, just really trying to push his independence. And it can get very frustrating. And this has nothing to do with his level of awareness or anything, but again, this has to do with that whole aspect of how do we endure the environment around us. And really, it's going to break down to it not even having anything to do with our family and anything. It's going to come down to being you. But as far as in my home, what happens is, if I start to feel it, if I really start to feel it rise up, and I know that, I'm not going to be existing on that fine line anymore because I'm going to get reeled really tightly into somebody else's energy and perspective, especially a running around 3-year-old, then I will, if I can, distance myself from it at the time. Hun, I'm going to go out and get some air. I just need to get some space and let myself cool down. If it's really stressful and I have to be dad and the disciplinarian, then that hat goes on and I have to be that person. And that's the aspect of ego we have to embrace and accept. We are here to experience this world, and we are here to take part in this world. So that ego, being a parent, that's a part of the created identity. Having to discipline our children and reward our children and love our children. These are all things we learn from this world. How to do it in this world. Regardless if it's the right way or the wrong way, we are products of our environment, right? So, it's that rising above it. It's that staying stronger than it. It's the knowing that the truth and insight and intuition inside you is right. And it doesn't matter what else is going on in the world or who else is saying anything. If you know inside you what you perceive, what you feel, and what you know to be the truth, then you live that truth. In your home, if your family is not on the same spiritual level as you, you obviously don't want to, and maybe bad choice of words, but you don't want to, I was going to say lower yourself to their vibrations, but thank you. You don't want to bring yourself to their vibrational output if it's not matching yours. But you have to learn how to control your ego and its emotions, the egoic emotions, the emotions that are created from the ego, from what we perceive and what we've been taught here. And we spoke about in our first class, speaking from the throat and speaking from the chest. If I'm yelling at my children and I'm screaming like this, I'm just reacting with my throat and above my head. But if I'm talking to my son like this and I'm speaking from my chest, there is a big difference in my voice, isn't there? From, hey, you stop that, get away from there, like fire, fire, to, you really need to listen to me. I have something very important to tell you, right? There's a big difference. So you have to control your own emotions. Luna's gonna bark. You have to control your own emotions, but really, what do? What do we do? My husband and my wife, or my wife isn't on the same level as me and my children aren't. Well, you have to be the example. You have to start showing how that simple dedication to meditation, dedication to prayer, and dedication to walking a path is benefiting your life. Once they see that you're feeling, thinking, and being a better person around them, regardless of what they're doing, they will start to feel and feed more off your positive energy, and they will start to slowly shift. We have to remember water. We have to remember every single person here, every single person here is on their own individual egotistical journey. Think about that. You're whoever you are. Your kids are going to be whoever they are. Of course, you are molding and shaping that by every single thing you do, say, and have around them. From music to art to TV to radio, all of that is molding our children and us. It's the same thing that has happened to us. But we must remember, if we are on this spiritual path and we are trying to rise above the darkness within society and the industrialized and the undarkened, right? If we're trying to bring ourselves up out of this and become the people of tomorrow and build the world of tomorrow, then we have to remember that everyone, including our friends and family and children, are on their own individual journey. They are their own ego. They are a celestial awareness that is on its own celestial journey and evolution. So that whole aspect, again, of expectations, we can't expect them to do anything. We can only expect ourselves to do and be something. And to do and be what we were meant to be is what we're trying to find out. Now, if you see your child is having issues and chaos and running around, if you see that there is just a lot of mayhem in your house, if there's a lot of disconnection and everybody's separate, then you need to, I don't like that word, need, I shouldn't say that. I would suggest that everyone needs their own space. Everyone needs their own freedom, right? So we have to allow each person around us to have their own time and space. And if that means we have to say, hey, I'll take care of this right now, you go and just do whatever you want to do. And hey, kids, I'm going to go do this right now. Go do whatever you want to do and play, within guidance, right? Things like that. We need our own space. We need our own freedom. And we really do have to, what's the word I'm trying to, compromise. Compassionately compromise. Well, I'll do this if you do that. That's not a compromise. I would love to be able to go and do this. And I'd love to have the time to go and do this and sit and meditate or go outside and just look at the sky for a little bit. Is there something I can do for you right now to allow you and go get some time? We've got to compromise compassionately. We've got to open ourselves up to be a service to those around us, to help them, to allow them to have that space and freedom so they can reflect. See what the world is about. But how do they do that? How do we start having the people around us do that? It's honest awareness. It's honest awareness. I can look around, I can walk into a room. Went to the chiropractor yesterday, and I walked into the room, There were 6 people in the waiting room, and what was everybody doing? And it's going on in your own home. It's most likely going on in your own home and within your friends. Everybody's on their iPad, or they're doing something with this, with electronic stuff, and the technology is fantastic. But we've got to shut this stuff off. We've got to turn it down. We've got to shut off the volume. We've got to turn off the TVs. We've got to click, unplug, and get out. That's what we've got to do in our homes. We've got to spend more quality time together and alone in stillness and quiet. When your TV is on, you're not just hearing what's on the broadcast. Your body is picking up all the signals going back and forth between the TV and space and everything. And it is. Your refrigerator's on, your lights are on, your stove is on, all these things are on. They are emitting frequencies in your house. Now, we can't go unplug our refrigerators and our stoves, but we can shut our phones off. We can turn our TVs off, and we can just sit down as a family and talk. We could sit down as a family and talk. What is wrong with sitting down and talking? You tell everybody, hey, listen, I know this is going to sound weird and off the bat, but put your phones down. I want to talk to everybody. I'm on a different path. I'm feeling this way, and I want to express to you all what I'm doing, what I'm feeling, and what I'm going through. And I want you all to know that if you notice differences in me, this is why. And I ask to please allow me the space and the freedom to freely be me in my own home. If your children are chaotic and running around and making noise like mine is, we must find things for them to focus on. And the best thing to focus a child's mind on, if your child is toys, the vacuum, my son Sagan is obsessed with vacuums. Obsessed with vacuums. I can't drive down the street past a car wash where there's those vacuums. Henry, all because of this little vacuum Henry. So how do I get my son away from that environment, right? I pick him up and I go outside with nothing else. We get in the car, we drive to the park, we walk into the middle of the field, and I put him down. You want to run, scream, go crazy? Go out, go. Get it out now. Go ahead. When he's calm, I'll take him by the hand, we'll go for a walk. Outside. Space and freedom and quiet in our own homes. Talking to each other, playing games, engaging in conversation. If you sit down with your children or your wife or your husband, ask them questions that you're asking. See what they're thinking. This is the best way to engage every single person around us. And this is what I do in the supermarket, with the cashier, with my family, with my children. But I do lose it. Look, I've been on this planet for 50 years. We know where I grew up in Queens and my family and blah, 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 right? I'm rough around the edges. It's just, I'm abrasive. I've been an abrasive body. This vessel is an abrasive vessel. The way I talk sometimes comes out abrasive because it's just, I'm a product of my environment. I'm a vessel created from my mother and father. But the voice, the insight, the guidance, the wisdom that comes through this shabby, abrasive, sharp, beat up, crooked-nosed vessel is the truth. And it truly wants a world that's love. That's just love. You know, it's so simple for us to be so kind to each other. Kindness. Simple, stupid kindness. It takes no effort to say hi to somebody, to open a door for somebody, to just smile at somebody, and to just walk by somebody pleasantly, smoothly, flowingly. I can't say thoughts because they're not thoughts, just the truth that exists inside of me and through me. I try my hardest to express it, and to make you understand that there is a world and beauty, worlds and beauty beyond ours and beyond our comprehension. And the chaos and the stress and the anxiety and the fear and the unknowing questions that we have inside are all that are keeping us back. Less phones, less TV, less noise, more silence, more quiet, more reflection, more stillness, more nothingness. For as lonely as you feel and as alone as you think you are, and for as much as you think that nobody around you gets it, they do. They do. They're acting and being the way they are because they're having that inner fight. It's that falsely created identity, and it is the divine energy that you are. And I don't mean the word divine to focus it on one religion and one faith. I mean divine in the sense that it is. I've been inside it and felt it and seen it and was there's not a word I can use to describe it. Divine, I mean, and that's, it's a word. It's a word. When you go into that state of existence and you are continuously questioned by your questions to realize there is no you, and when you fall inside that source of energy, that just what we are, where we come from, it's so incredible, and it is so beautiful and so just freaking mind-blowing that it makes you really truly realize how incredible this world is and our chance to experience it with a human conscious mind. We can hate, we can hurt, we can harm, we can destroy, we can kill, we can maim, we can curse, we can lie, we can cheat, we can be deceptive and deceitful, lustful, but we can be love. We can be a kindness and a compassion and an openness and an honesty within yourself that makes everything so trivial. But it's hard. We come back to reality. We come back to reality, and that is the crock. Because it is all an illusion, and I've thought about that word and thought about that word and thought about that word, and illusion, simulation, creation, projection of light, hologram, it doesn't matter. It's created. And we are a part of that creation. We are. We are that energy that creates. That's what we are. We're only transferring ourselves, making a sort of energetic metamorphosis to understand and experience as a human, because what we truly are is just far beyond human, animal, insect, plant, planet. I'm going to do the best that I can every single week that we get together and talk, to keep finding ways to connect you to it and connecting with it, to talk to you. Because it's our everything. It's just our everything. When we let go of the fear and the worry and the hate, and when we let go of taking part of it, when we separate ourselves, we really start to see differently. You don't want to be fully human. I don't want to fully be Jay, because then I would be lost and I would just be living in the ego, right? I don't want to just be my celestial self, even though it is just the best, right? I mean, it's the best. I can't say anything else right now. It's the best. Let's just leave it at that for now, right? Because I came here to experience him. So my family's in there somewhere. My friends are in there somewhere. So how do I exist? How do I be this and how do I be this? Because really, you have to be between both hemispheres, both halves, both realities. You're that pinpoint in the middle. Let's call it the third eye, the pineal gland, the eye inside you. It's in the center of everything. It's in the center of everything. This reality and that reality. Exist there. Be that observer. Be that observer of love, because that's what we created everything for. We made everything so we can love, right? So we can experience each other. We make each other so we can love. My wife and I, let's get this straight. My wife and I did not have Sagan and did not have Jana, so we can create another student and employee and product of society. No. We made them so we can express love and care and guidance to them and let them know that there is this huge, massive blue planet out here filled with animals and trees and rivers and oceans, all for them. That they came here to experience it all. So why are we sitting inside arguing, looking at this, watching that, talking about bills? I want to buy this, I need that. Let's go there, let's get that. Look what they have, I want what he's got. Why did they get to deserve that? I mean, it's all ridiculous. It's all pointless, right? We're here. You're here, so just enjoy. So, your family, your friends, they're all individual celestial awarenesses, energies, all individual egos. Treat them compassionately and kindly. Treat them how you want to be treated. Sit down and engage them. Ask them conversations other than how is school, how is work, what do you want for dinner, what do you want to do tonight, what do you want to wear, what are you looking at. Engage them in enlightening conversations. Sit them down in topics. Make quiet house time. Every night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, phones, everything off. Boom, 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 boom. We're all going to sit down, go in your room. I don't care what you do, but be quiet. I'm going to meditate. Frustration rises. Distance yourself if you can. Compassionately compromise. Right? Silence. You, aside from them now, aside from your job, put them away, who cares? Your family, your friends, we love them, but let's move them aside right now. Your husband or wife, let's put them away right now. You and me, you and me. You need quiet time. You need more quiet time. Whether you're working in your basement on something, whether you're doing dishes, ironing, parking your car, whether you're on your way home from work or going into work, stop. Take time. Sit. Just close your eyes. Just sit and close your eyes and listen. Focus on the nothingness. Just breathe comfortably. Don't worry about anything right now specific. Just listen to the nothingness. If there's birds chirping and if there's noise, I understand. You're sitting in a parking lot and there's a highway next to you. You can hear cars going by. Listen to the nothingness inside is what I'm talking about. See the nothingness inside. Just fall into it. Each day, deeper and deeper. Each time, deeper and deeper. But you need more time. You need more time to yourself. You need more quiet time. Go to the bathroom more often. Close the door. I love spending time. We have a bathroom in my house. It's pretty big. Not big. It's a long, narrow bathroom. But it's in between these rooms, and it's just such a quiet space. I go in there and I sit on the floor. Excuse me. I kid you not. I sit on the floor. Bath mats, you know the little polyester or nylon, whatever they are, bath mats. You buy them at Marshall's, Bed Bath & Beyond, whatever store you shop at. We have one in that bathroom. It's so comfortable. So I pull it away from the sink and I sit on it like a little meditation mat in my bathroom. My bathroom's clean in my bathroom. And I just take some time, quiet time. You can get that quiet time anywhere and everywhere. If you're ironing clothes, if I'm ironing a shirt, I'm not thinking about yesterday and tomorrow and bills and bonuses and things like this and things like that. I'm just sitting there being. I'm inside reflecting on the thoughts inside my mind that are reflective thoughts and questions being answered inside my mind. And I'm processing this and understanding the numerical signs and all these things. But it happens because I'm spending time inside. Inside. And you need to spend more time inside. Okay? Now, last week we talked about the prayer hands, right? The hand gesture of prayers, the mudra, right? And I won't trust anybody's interpretation on that word until I'm in India and somebody there tells me the proper way to say that, because I've battled with a bunch of people. My wife not battled, but my wife included on how to say it. And I think it is mudra. M-U-D-R-A, mudra. That's how I would say it to be respectful to it, but it could be mudra. Who knows? I don't know. I really don't. Anyway, last week we spoke about the prayer hands, right? It was beautiful. We had a great session last week. Well, we're expanding awareness. We're here to expand our awareness amongst other things, but the real kicker for us is to expand our awareness, right? So we're going to start with a very simple mudra, right? It's kanishta. See, again, the pronunciation I don't know, kanishta or kanishta. I would say, just thinking about the culture, seeing the word in my head, kanishta. Yeah, kanishta. It just feels right, kanishta. Regardless, it's gesture of the little finger, and it is a grounding mudra, right? the hand gesture is very simple. You take your pinkies and lightly place the tips of your pinkies together. Bring your thumbs just lightly resting on the tops of your fingers. Inside, I'm not crushing, I'm not making a fist, I'm not being hard. My hand is just comfortably relaxed, right? My thumb is on top, my pinky is out. Both. My solar plexus, which is my chest, solar plexus is right there, that little soft spot. Well, I don't know, soft, but that little spot between your breastbone and stuff and above your stomach, right there, your center, your solar plexus. So you want to take your pinkies, you want to rest your fingers, and your elbows. Well, let's get to the shoulders first. You want to bring your shoulders back and down, relax them down. This will help align your spine in a natural position. Don't sit hunched over. Bring yourself up, bring your spine back, your shoulders back, and then relax down. Bring your hands up to your solar plexus and bring your elbows away from your body so your forearms are parallel with the earth. You have to remember, there is energy throughout the universe that is traveling through the earth and up throughout your body. And there is energy in the universe that is traveling through you and into the earth. So grounding yourself, literally bringing your lowest point down and grounding yourself, rooting yourself into the earth, is one of the first meditations we really should be doing. You really should be doing. Now, as far as my feet, I know you can't see them here. I don't bend my feet up on top. I can't do that. I don't bend my feet. I'm just in a normal, cross-legged position. I do at times bring, and I will today, my foot on top of my leg, okay? Adjust my pants a little so I'm comfortable. My shirt, I want to feel comfortable in this position. When you breathe for this meditation exercise, right? Again, as far as your thoughts, just visualize the earth. Think about yourself. Picture yourself, just this big universal energy. Picture the earth and just transferring energy from the earth up through your body and out, back into the earth, up through your body and out, back into the earth, and picture energy returning in to your body and through the earth and out. Just this beautiful cycle, symmetry, a symbiotic relationship between you and the earth. Feel that energy flowing through you. Bring your hands, pinkies together, relaxed, elbows up. And when you breathe, don't breathe into your throat. Don't breathe into your heart. Don't breathe into your stomach. Literally, lower. Lower. Expand it from your lowest point, your hips, your groin area, right at the lowest part of your stomach. Breathe in, and if you feel your stomach pushing out, adjust it. Slow it down. Breathe deep into your lowest part of your body and push out from the same area. Hands in this position. Excuse me. Visualize the energy traveling up and out and energy traveling in and out. If you want to picture the energy from the earth, green and blue traveling up and out of you, and the energy from you going into the earth is white. You can visualize this in your mind in this position. The key is going to be the breathing. That's a gut breath. Chest, right? We want to really... So hold your body. You saw me sitting like this before. I'm holding my chest and my stomach, making sure I'm not expanding, and I'm really feeling the breath come below my hand. And I'm feeling myself I visualize myself massive, big, sitting on top of the earth. Just sitting on top of the earth in this position, darkness around me. I see the globe, myself sitting on it in this pose. The energy coming up, the energy going out, the energy coming up. Do this. If you can do it outside, sitting on the ground, it would be great. Grounding, this is, we're all made of the same thing, and I can say carbon, water, we're atoms and all this, we're light, we're energy. Everything is photons. Every single thing, we spoke about this, a big vibrating ball pit of photons. So you, the dirt, the trees, the grass, it is all the same. Your energy, your awareness is just focused on this specific point of energy that is this body, which all is moving in, through, and out and around as you are with it. So grounding yourself to our reality, to our environment, grounding yourself to the earth and this existence would be the first real meditation I would want you to do. And again, you don't want to do these prayer hands because we spoke about what that is. You don't want to do this because we haven't even gotten anywhere near there. So this mudra, Kanishta, right? If I'm not pronouncing it right, I apologize, but it is the gesture of the little finger, and it is a grounding mudra, or mudra, okay? It is a meditation hand gesture, and that is probably the safest way for me to say that, right? So this one right here is going to be the first one. Remember that breathing, but more importantly, remember everything else that we spoke about tonight. Your friends, your family, how to connect and communicate with them while giving that space and compassionate compromise. And most of all, you, spending more time inside yourself, internally, listening within, feeling within, and understanding that all is communicating with you. Everyone, have an absolutely lovely evening. I will see you all soon. Take care. Thank you very much. Bye.